I was on my official
Let
capacity.
me put this up. There's a quote you have from Ray Kelly, police commissioner, in which he said the following. I want to put it up and ask you to comment on it. He says, "The value we place on privacy rights and other constitutional protections is part of what motivates the work of counterterrorism. It would be counterproductive in the extreme if we violated those freedoms in the course of our work to defend New York." There are those who would suggest that, in fact, they have crossed the line by spying on Muslims, on Palestinians as a separate community. You had documents on that released. Going to mosques and recording what imams are saying and entering them into files, even though the comments were innocuous. I mean, is Ray Kelly protecting First Amendment rights in the defense of New York City? Or is he violating them?
Well, I mean, I'm certainly not a constitutional scholar. And you know, we've never set out to try to say what they're doing is illegal or even what they're doing is wrong. But you know, what's fascinating about this is the NYPD's intelligence operations, unlike almost everybody else, operates with next to no outside oversight. So City Hall doesn't know what's going on. Congress, which is paying for a lot of this, doesn't know what's going on. It's unclear how much the Obama administration knows what's going on. So what we've been trying to do is sort of shine some light here, and so that there can be these kinds of conversations. Is this protecting us? Is this protecting the Constitution or hurting the Constitution? We can't have those conversations unless we know what's happening. And so a big part of what we've been doing is just trying to sort of shine a light in a dark corner.
Thank you for doing it.
Thanks.
The stories have been great. If you haven't checked out the AP stories, you should. It's worth doing. One question I was going to ask you is, has it produced any victories? But we don't have time for it because we're out of time. You got anything in the works right now in the hopper?
We're not done. We're staying busy.
Still going on. Thanks for joining us, Matt.
Thanks so much.
That's all the time we've got. If you want more information, you can follow us on Twitter at AIUSA, or you log on to our website, aaiusa.org. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week on Viewpoint. Anthony Shadid died this week, and I wanted to just give you a word about Anthony. He was a good friend of mine. He appeared on the show a number of times. An extraordinary journalist who built a bridge between America and the Arab world. In many ways, the dispatches from Iraq, from Lebanon, from Libya, and from Syria far exceed what anyone else, contemporary journalists, had been able to provide for us. He's an enormous loss for Arabs and for Americans who need to know more about the Arab world. We'll miss Anthony Shadid, and his book's coming out in March. I suggest you go buy it. It's called A Stone House. It's all the time we've got now. Goodbye, and we'll see you next week.